on at the behest of my lovely wife, the WWE event tonight. Them going. So what am I anticipating seeing? Braun Strowman's going to come out and beat some people up. Seth Rollins is going to be there to probably eat the pin from my guess is he'll be against Roman. I don't know. I can't find the card anywhere. I can't find a card anywhere. So I don't know who's fighting who. Nia Jax is going to be there. Yeah. So Alexa Bliss and I think Sasha, but they show Asuka too. So I don't know if Sasha's going to be there or not. I hope so. Um, it'll be the first time I've seen the Raw brand. I've seen the SmackDown brand twice. This go around this past year. It'll be the first time I've seen Raw. I'll be in the lower bowl. I'm kind of excited about that too because the last time we went to Rogers, we were in the upper bowl. The snow's got me kind of nervous in that it's not stopping. And I don't worry about my wife driving in the snow. It's that there's a lot of drivers who just aren't very adept at driving in the snow in southwest BC, despite rumors that Canada's a wasteland of ice all the time. Not always. We're in that southwest corner where we don't get a lot of snow and a lot of people can't drive in it, or they may not have snow tires on. They may have decided when it was warm a few weeks ago, hey, we don't have to worry about snow tires. So I'm a bit concerned, but I'm very excited about tonight's show. It was fun, and I got tickets in the lower bowl for I think they're $45 is what I got them for. So I really can't complain at that price point. And I know there's people who will say, oh, why are adults watching wrestling? Well, why do people watch movies? Those aren't real either. It's not about wrestling being real. It's about going out and watching a show. It's like the closest I can come in terms of a comparison is it's like the circus or watching a play. You go to a play, you don't go, oh, what are you watching plays for? That's for kids. Like it's fun. It's fun to watch wrestlers come out and most of the crowd is in on it. So when something happens in the ring that's not supposed to, we know it's not supposed to happen. When somebody does something that's out of character, we know that's not in character. What did he do that for? What did he say that for? And there's usually a moment or two during any wrestling show that seems really fun and non-scripted. And the shows live are much better than the ones on TV. The ones on TV are they're okay, but they're not fantastic. And the shows live are much, much better because it's pure wrestling. It's not a bunch of promos. It's not a bunch of guys standing around backstage talking about crap. It's wrestling in the ring, and it's fun. So there's my endorsement for WWE events and just wrestling in general. Indie wrestling's fantastic. If ROH would come up here and bring the Women of Honor around, I would be there front row center. And I mean that. I would get front row tickets for ROH. I would love to see an ROH show. I'm a huge supporter of Mandy Leon's. I have been for quite a while, and I do not understand why she's not on the main roster in WWE. She's fantastic. But there were a lot of other wrestlers, for instance, people in WWE or fans of WWE were upset when Emma got released. Well, Emma's now in ROH. So there are a lot of wrestlers that people may think that just disappear off the planet because when they leave WWE, they're treated that way. I remember they were talking about the Dudley Boys. They had a special on them, and they talked about they left WWE when they came back, and they made it sound like they fell off the planet and they didn't exist during the time they were away, as if Bully Ray wasn't actually a thing in TNA, and they weren't actually over there doing other things. It's just like, oh yeah, well, we left, and then we came back, yay. And it's like, you really want to just gloss over that and not even, you don't have to mention the company's name, but at least say they continued wrestling, but no, they don't do that. So, when a wrestler gets released and you go, oh, geez, that sucks. The other thing to keep in mind is working on the indies, working in Japan, working in ROH is a little more lucrative than what it used to be, and a lot of the wrestlers that are on the lower end of the card in WWE don't get paid a whole lot more than that. In fact, when Cody Rhodes left WWE and he talked about the money he was making on the indies, there are rumors that there were WWE guys who went to him and said, hey, I made how much? How do I get out of my contract? So, you know, it's a thing, and it's worthy of support. Um, Wrestling in various forms is fun to watch. I don't enjoy MMA. I enjoy wrestling because I enjoy the spectacle, and MMA just doesn't really have that. And you might have this like 2 hour build to a fight that lasts 20 seconds, and you're like, oh, that's over. Um, Glad we watched this. So that's it. Oh, awesome. And yeah, in wrestling you get your odd finger poke of doom moment. For the most part though, wrestlers try to give you what they can. And a good example, and this is the last thing I'll mention, is so I'm going to the Raw show tonight, and I'm well aware that I think all of the wrestlers involved in the gauntlet match, minus John Cena, will be wrestling tonight. The gauntlet match on Raw this week lasted over an hour. Lasted almost 2 hours, and Seth Rollins wrestled for over 60 minutes. There's a tremendous amount of talent and physicality that goes into wrestling. Just because it's scripted doesn't mean it's dangerous, that it doesn't require a lot of technical skill, because it does. I've watched specials where they have, all these guys trying out, and professional football players might last a few days and then go, this isn't for me. I'm not doing this. Because it's a completely different setup. It's a whole other environment, and it can be really brutal. It can be really, really brutal. So the idea that it's just some farcical thing for children, it's never really been that. The funny thing is, I'm old enough to remember back before Hulkamania, and it wasn't for kids at all back before that. Back before that, that was when the business never admitted it was a business. They never admitted things about who was supposed to lose to who. You asked a wrestler about it being fake at all, David Schultz, cuffed a reporter on the ear for saying it was fake. Said, is this fake? Cuffed him upside the head. Big lawsuit. WWE couldn't distance themselves from Schultz quickly enough, but that's how wrestlers worked. And to this day, if you tell the wrong wrestler, it's just fake crap anyways, you might get swatted upside the head. Because they bust their ass for this. And I have no problem supporting them while they do it. I intend to come out with a t-shirt tonight. I don't have anything technically to wear to this. This is a Blackhawks and Ottawa, and I don't, other than the fact these match, I have nothing else wrestling related that's going to work tonight. I can't wear New Day, and I can't wear AJ Styles because that's just not going to work. And I've got my Becky Lynch goggles, but there's Sasha Banks glasses, but I'm letting Yvonne wear those tonight. Because, Sasha Banks hopefully is going to be there. But I'm kind of stoked. I will be doing a review after the show. I'm going to be busy when I get home. I have to do a review of tonight's hockey action for my hockey channel. I have to do a review of this show for this channel. And then I'm going to have to do a preview for tomorrow's hockey games on that channel as well. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you're going to the show tonight, go ahead and leave a comment on this video about what you're excited about seeing tonight. I think everybody's going to be excited about Asuka. Maybe that'll even be the main event. Asuka and Nia Jax. Maybe. But let me know what you guys think. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And hey, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.